I'm understand street niggas need to be really comfortable with all of that thing. I know what you're trying to say.
Do what you do, baby.
Yeah, I want congrats. I seen to come up through the mud. You feel me?
Real
I'm saying, like I said, I used to be top. I'm one of the ones. When that nigga said he had a phone, his whole joke, and I'm looking at the screen like preach, cause I was on the phone with him. You feel me? So you know what I'm saying?
P.NUT the General, PNUTPAGE, and keep your body clean, huh? Yeah. Hey, y'all, surprise, you heard me? So we coming to y'all a little early. I know we was scheduled for 12 noon, you know what I'm saying? But I know that the time difference is big out there, and I wanted him to get some shine, you know, while everybody is awake, you know what I'm saying? Because I know it's a time difference out there and a time difference out here. So we about to get into it, you know what I'm saying? Early in the morning, you heard me? I hope everybody's having a very Tunola morning so far, and I hope everybody have a very Tunola day to day. This is another international interview, you know what I'm saying? It's me and my dude, but you know what I'm saying? It's his story, so I'm gonna let him tell it. So without no further ado, yo. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tunola morning to you, brother. You want to shout your people out first, or you want to get straight into the interview?
Yeah, I just want to shout out to you first, bro. I appreciate you having me on the show. And I want to shout out to everybody that's tuning in right now. Yeah, man, everybody that's watching, man. Much love.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So can you formally introduce yourself to the viewers?
Sure. All right, my name is Drocole. I'm an artist. I do hip hop, rap, Afro beats, and I mean lately I've been just trying to do everything, a bit of everything. Whatever I feel like I'm vibing with, I just do that. But mainly my thing is hip hop. That's what I do, and I'm from Zimbabwe. That's where I'm from.
Okay, okay. Welcome you to the show. I've had many guests from around the world, but I've never had a guest from Zimbabwe. I appreciate you coming
All
on,
right.
man. Give me a time of day, man. So let me ask you this, you heard me? From your accounts and your opinions, right? Shout out to Zimbabwe,
Yeah.
I'm saying, in your accounts, tell us in New Orleans and in the surrounding areas, right? How is it coming up in Zimbabwe, you heard me?
You mean in terms of like hip hop?
Nah, I mean, in terms of you know, your upbringing, you know what I'm saying, how in your experiences growing up in Zimbabwe, take us
All
to
right. All
before
right. I feel.
you, yeah, your childhood.
All right. All right. Well, for me, it's always been like a struggle because I'm coming from the dirt. You know what I mean? I never had much, so it's always been hard for me since I was a child. But I'm lucky because I was brought up in a way that I would say in a Christian environment that kind
Mhm.
of helped me stay away from a lot of trouble because I've seen others who have ended up in very tough situations, difficult situations. But I'm glad that I'm here because I've known the light, so to speak. So yeah, I think for me that's just been the thing for me. And what really made me um, what made my life more bearable was the fact that I fell in love with music at a younger age. So yeah, that was like my way of expressing myself, my outlet. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, that's the experience for me. So it's been crazy, but at the same time, I'm grateful.
Yes, sir. And you said kind of break through. So has the music been type of some type of therapy for you, Drocole? Like a way for you to speak your mind to the people who you wouldn't really get to say in a conversation, or to people who you really wouldn't get to reach?
Yeah, for sure. It's been more like therapy, more like for me it's been more spiritual, you know what I mean? Because there's certain things that I couldn't share with people. Even if I tried, I don't think anybody would understand. So um I've always been like a loner in a way, but I mean it's like I can get along with people, right? But but I also prefer to be alone. So the music has been more like a spiritual thing. I don't know how to put it, but it's more like it's more than therapy. It's like my way of speaking to the divine. You know what I mean?
Wow, that's big. So in one of your songs, right, you got some great music which we'll get into later on in the show. You hear me? One of your
Yeah,
songs you speak on, you had to raise your vibration. Could you speak? Could
yeah.
you elaborate on what a vibration is and how you exactly raised it?
All right, that's it's a spiritual thing as well for me. It's like a vibration for me. I don't know if that's how it is for everybody, but for me, it's like your way of thinking and how you perceive the world. So when your vibration is low, you attract low vibrational things like the negative part of the spectrum. But when your vibration is higher, you attract positivity, things that you really want in your life. Because I believe everybody wants a good life, or everybody wants positivity. So how you raise it is by being conscious of your surroundings, conscious of your thought patterns. You gotta pay attention to how you think, and yeah, I think that's the first step. You gotta pay attention to how you think, the people you surround yourself with, the environment you choose to be in, and that's how you raise your vibration. You gotta be more conscious and more intentional. Like, what do you want to do with your life, and go there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you say you was raised in a Christian family and raised
Yeah,
up in the Christian church, but you with the hip hop, right? How do you
yeah.
incorporate your Christianity in the hip hop, or do you keep that separate, or is hip hop just the entertainment? Do you incorporate real life in it? How do you go about doing that when you do your songs, Joe?
All right. So when I was younger, my grandma brought me up, and that was in this Christian environment, Christian principles. You know what I mean? But when she passed, I started to live with my mom's, so that Christian kind of thing sort of like faded out. You know what I mean? I kind of got lost in a way, but also it kind of helped me find myself, because with the Christian thing, it's like most of the things you're just being told what to do. It's not your own experience.
Mm.
It's like you're being told what to do, what is wrong, what is right. You cannot really think for yourself. So by being lost, when I felt like I got lost, that's when I actually found myself, because I started to think for myself. So with me, there's no line between hip hop and Christianity. For me, it's more like just the right thing, just doing the right thing. It don't matter how you express yourself, whether it's hip hop or it's jazz or however. It's just the message is more important than what people may deem as Christian or acceptable or not acceptable.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What was some of the artists that you listened to before you started putting your pen to the paper, Joe?
All right, so looking back is crazy, because when you look back, you're able to like connect the dots. But as you coming up, you sometimes it don't really make sense. But looking back, I've always been in love with music, because me and my grandma used to sing in church and stuff. We would make our own songs. She would like read some verses from the Bible and try to come up with melodies, and just try to make sense out of the message that is being brought out the Bible. So when she passed, things got crazy. But then later on, I found myself listening to just all sorts of music. I listen to all genres, like rock music, R&B. But when it comes to hip hop, I listen to the Notorious B.I.G. That's like my favorite. I also listen to Ti, DMX. I would say those are some of my earliest influences in terms of hip hop. But I like music in all genres, all styles. I'm a big music fan.
Do you listen to any artists from Zimbabwe?
Yeah, yeah. There's this guy called Job Fraser. He makes traditional kind of music. I listen to his music. I think he really is in tune with the spirit when he's doing his thing. He really means it. I respect that. I also listen to this guy. His name is Winky D. He's one of the most respectable artists here. He does reggae, dance hall kind of thing. I like him. I respect him as well. Yeah, I also listen to some of the upcoming cast. There's this guy Holy Ten. He does hip hop. He's really good. He's got a unique voice. And Votes JT. Yeah, I listen to a lot of guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And the one,
Yeah,
the artist that you listened to before you started putting your pen to the paper, Drew, did that was that your so? I know you mentioned your the upbringing and doing music with Grams, right? But what were
yeah.
some of your other influences besides just the artist? You know what I mean?
I think the struggle, like what happened, where I come from, right? It's like music was seen just as a hobby. You know what I mean? It's like, well, you doing music, it's fine. You're still young, but you have to come to a point where you get serious with life and get a real job. That's always been like, you know, how a lot of people viewed music. It's like, oh, it's not a real job. So so for me, it was like I never really at first I never took it as a thing that I would do like for a living. But I went through some hardships, some hard times, and there was nobody to talk to. There was nobody to who would understand me. And I asked myself, what am I going to do with my life? Because at the time I couldn't go to school anymore. You know what I mean? It was just crazy. I had stopped briefly going to school. That's when I told myself, you know what, I gotta find out what it is that I can do, what I could do for the rest of my life, and that's how I come up. I found myself uh, doing music. So I never really had any real mentors and anything like that. It was just like I feel like I just found my purpose really because yeah, it's more like I just found my purpose. So the struggle, the things that I was going through, the things that I couldn't express in any other way, I found myself putting it down on paper. And at the time I was listening to Ti. There's this song of his, it's called No Matter What. And I was like, yeah man, I felt like I was going through the same thing. Like no matter what trials and tribulations I go through, I'm gonna emerge and I'm gonna be victorious no matter what. And that's how I really started to. So it wasn't really like a specific sound or a specific artist. It was more like the vibe behind the words. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. So you just mentioned how you was touched by T.I.'s song, right? How do
Yeah,
you
yeah.
plan to have that type of connection with your fans, your fan base, and your listeners? How do you want the music to touch you, like T.I.'s song touched you to start
All right,
to making it your career?
all right. That's a great question. Um, I think for me it's more like I just have to come from a pure place and really mean what I say, and it's going to connect with whom it's meant to connect with. I don't have to try so hard to reach out to people, but if it's meant for them, it's going to find them. Just like I'm sure T.I., when he made that song, he didn't know I existed. He didn't know it would impact me in such a positive way as it did, but it did. So I felt like it was real for him. He spoke about real life situations, losing his child and going to jail and things like that. It was real. So I feel like whenever an artist comes from a real place, from a sincere place, people gonna feel it.
Mm, facts. Like the realness. Like the realness
Yeah,
is fake and the fake is real now, right?
yes sir.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, how long totally have you been doing music, Drew?
Sorry,
How
can you
long
say that again?
totally? How long have you been doing music altogether?
All right. I think about 11 years now. I started when I was in high school.
Think back, right? At what moment did you realize that you was gonna do music for the rest of your life, Drew?
That's when I found myself down and out. I couldn't go to school because where I'm from, it's like, they tell you that you gotta go to school, get good grades, get a good job, go to work for the rest of your life, and hopefully save for a rainy
Uh,
day or whatever. But for me, when I couldn't go to school, I really had to. And mind you, my father was no longer in the picture, so I was with a single mother, and I could see the pain and the suffering and just how hard things were for her trying to make things happen. So I kind of matured at an early age. I was able to tell that, you know what, if I don't get serious nothing's gonna change. It might even get worse. So that's when I really I came to terms with myself and asked myself what it is that I was going to do. And I never really liked the idea of working for someone. It was like I even asked this a school. I went to a boys' high school. I asked the boys like, "Yo, why we waking up early to come to school, and we're gonna have to wake up early to go to work. When are we ever gonna rest?" And they laughed at me. Thought it was funny, but I was serious. So at that time, that's when I realized that what, this music I could see myself excelling at it, even though I'm not where I want to be yet. I still feel that what, I'm on the right path.
Mm. Now you say you started out 11 years ago, right? So from now till
Yeah,
then, you still have the same love for the music, and does the same thing that motivated you then motivate you now, or did that grow? Did it change? Did it diminish? What motivates you to do music now, and do you still have that same love for the music when you started off?
the love has grown even stronger, bro. The love has grown even stronger. Now I understand more, because at the time when I started out, I was hoping to get discovered. I was hoping that somebody would um reach out to me and help and see the potential in me. That's how I was moving. So I had to change my mindset and really learn a few things about the business side of the music, so that I don't have to rely on any particular person. So I mean, now I'm just more. The love is still the same, but it has grown stronger, I think.
Mm, mm.
Yeah,
That's what's up. That's what's up. So I'm gonna ask you this, right? Do you feel like
yeah,
because of the area that you in and the terms that you come from, that it's harder for you as an upcoming artist? What that would say anybody else from anywhere else would be to make it where you say you want to make it at? Do you feel as though that it's harder on you
for sure,
being Zimbabwe?
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure, definitely, because um things are much more harder this side, like everything on every level. But I also I also view it as a blessing, because it's like if you can make it out when it's so hard, when others are giving up, then it makes your story even much more. It gives it more impact, or it makes it much more inspirational for people. I don't know. I just feel like everything happens for a reason. I believe in divine order, divine timing. So it's like, yeah, it's harder, but it's for a reason. I just gotta stay strong and stay focused and not give up.
Mm. Now you talk about the hardships, right? You talk about how
Yeah,
hard it is to do music, how hard it is where you came from, right? If it's so
yeah.
hard, right? What motivates you to keep going? What motivates you to drop that next song, write that next song, put out that next project? With it being so hard like it is, you hear me, Drew?
Yeah, I think the motivation really comes from knowing that this is what I'm meant to do. It's like I ask myself, okay, what is it that I could do if I wasn't making music? What would I be doing? You know what I mean? And I cannot think of anything that I actually love, because I feel like you could get a job, but if you don't love it, it just don't feel right. You gotta do what you love, and you gotta fight for it, because how the world is set up is not set up in a way where you can actually live your dream and fulfill your purpose. It's set up in a way where you have to um to be in this rat race. You know what I mean? So for me, it's like I feel like it's a calling, and I have to answer that call. I feel like I've answered that call. So what keeps me going is the fact that I feel like my music, my message is probably gonna help someone somewhere someday. So I just gotta keep going.
Mm, I like that. And it is. It will. It will.
Thank
So
you, bro.
when you say that the motivation, we talked about the perseverance, we talked about the will to keep going, right? Have you
Yeah.
ever thought about stopping, quitting, putting the pen down, maybe taking a break? If you have, what made you keep going? And if not, what you think made that thought never cross your mind?
All right. I'd be lying if I said I never thought about it. I did, due to circumstances, the people around me, what they were saying, how they viewed the world, what they thought was best for me. You know what I
Mm.
mean? It made me question myself. It made me question whether I was on the right path, whether I was doing the right thing, whether they were right. So yeah, it did cross my mind couple times, but it was just, the mind never stops thinking, bro. It keeps on thinking. You just gotta choose your thoughts wisely. You just gotta choose what you feel is right. And yeah, I thought of it, but I never really stopped. I've been doing music. I've been recording um ever since I started, and I never stopped.
How's the market out there? Is it like a everybody help everybody, like a all for one, one for all? Is it kind of a crabs in a bucket mentality? You know what I'm saying? Is it kind of a like a lot of people speak on a sort of like a gatekeepers or sort of like a group of people who control, the music in the area, and if you ain't down with them, then you ain't, you know what I'm saying, you can't really do nothing. Is it similar to that where you at?
Yeah, that's how it is, bro. It's like the gatekeepers. I
Ain't
feel like
that
they're
fuck? Ain't
everywhere.
that ain't that a shame, little Drew? Ain't that fucked up, bro?
Well, in my humble opinion, I believe it is fucked up, but that's the reality here, and I've always been made about it. But when you're not in a position of power, you cannot really do much about it. You know what I mean? So the best thing I could do was just to stay focused and keep pushing, um, and hopefully have them change their mind. But it doesn't look like they have so far, and what I did in order to maybe counter that was to try and tap in with different genres of music and not just do hip hop, because I've had many critics saying, well, "Yo, why you always making hip hop music, and also why you making it in a foreign language? Why don't you use your own native language?" That was some of the criticisms that I've received over the years. So at first I was like hard headed. I was like, you cannot tell an artist what to do. If you don't like what I do, then keep it moving. But then I chose to view it in a productive way, and I chose to say, okay, eh, probably this is an opportunity for me to grow. So I just took it as a new avenue. You know what I mean? As a new way of expressing myself, because I've never really changed. I've never really given up who I am. It's just that I've expanded. Um, yeah, I've just branched out a little bit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So everybody starts out, learning. If you're willing to learn, everybody starts out at the beginning. But you being where you are now, going through what you went through, knowing what you know, what advice would you give your young entertainer self that you know of now? What advice would you give you when you first started?
I would say, don't listen to, well, do listen to what people say, but sit with it. Don't just make hasty decisions. Sit with it. Listen to what people just don't limit yourself. Have a broader perspective on life. Allow different opinions to come. You don't have to do what they tell you to do, but it's important to listen, because it might be something there for you that you could use. You know what I mean? Because I mean, when somebody telling you things, you can tell based on their tone that probably this person does not want what's best for me. They're trying to crush what I'm trying to build, and you get to a point where you're more protective. You know what I mean? You don't want nobody to stop what you're trying to get going. So I would just say, be open, but think for yourself at the same time, and allow yourself to express yourself in different ways, in different ways, because um, that way that way you become more of an artist instead of just putting yourself in a box and say, I'm a rapper. We more than just rappers. We can sing, maybe not as well as people who are singers at heart, but we're still able to express ourselves and get the message out there.
Okay, so let me ask you this, man. Uh, in America, from what it looks like, being an upcoming artist is dangerous. What about in Zimbabwe? You know what I'm saying? Is it dangerous doing what you do? Is it dangerous being an upcoming artist in Zimbabwe, Drew?
Um, what you mean dangerous? Like in what way? In what way is it dangerous for an
Um,
upcoming artist in America?
let me tell you. Let me see. You know the shootouts at the performances, the fights at the
All right,
performances, the
all right.
people trying to snatch your chains, the beef, the brat beef in the that the rappers go through, the settings that you might have to perform in. You see what I'm saying? Is it
Yeah, I feel
dangerous
you.
for upcoming rapper in Zimbabwe?
No, out here, it's not dangerous in such a violent manner. It's it's just that nobody really pays attention to you. You gotta have your own funding. You gotta do everything on your own. Otherwise, nobody's gonna notice you exist. So that is that is what I would say. The struggle here. It's not really violent in such a way as it is in America.
Mhm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What was the first song that you ever wrote, Joe?
The first song that the thing is, I started writing music 2 years prior to recording. So I was just writing. I don't remember the song, but I remember the first song that I recorded though. It was called "How You Like Me Now." That was my first recording.
So from that song till now, right? In your opinion,
Yeah,
what's the biggest difference is, if any, in your style and how you do what you do from then till now?
everything has changed, bro. Like I would say, it's a significant change. It's like everything has changed. The delivery, the voice, the subject matter, everything has changed. Because at the time, I was just doing what every other rapper does, rapping about things that I didn't really have. Um, you know, I
Mm-hmm.
coded at the time, speaking things into existence, which is
Uh,
cool, I guess. But now I'm more like I'm rapping about tangible stuff. I'm rapping about things that I go through or the things that I know for a fact that others are going through. It's like I'm trying to create music that actually has a positive impact on people and on the world.
mm. So ultimately, right? What are you
Yeah.
trying to get out this entertainment thing, right? You trying to be the best rapper, you just love music, you trying to be the best hip hop artist, you trying to get the money, you want to look clout, you want to bring awareness to your community and your situation. Ultimately, right? What are you trying to get out this rap shit, Drake? Drew?
For me, bro, I would say what I really want is I want to get. I feel like I have a message that I want to get out there. I don't really like the current state of hip hop. I feel like the game. I don't really like calling it a game because, as far as I'm concerned, it's not really a game. It's
Mm,
it's more like a culture. But
mm,
for the sake of just getting the message across, make sure people understand. I would say the game is not really where it's supposed to be. In my humble opinion, based on what I know, what I've seen growing up, I feel like we just need to restore the game to
mm,
where we have principles in place, because nowadays it's like you talk about the money, the fame, the clout, the girls, the cars, the chains, and whatever. That's precisely what selling your soul is all about. Because as long as you don't have principles, bro, you can be bought and you can be sold. So I feel like the game needs to be restored to its rightful place where we have respect and honor coming first, and love and unity and having this sense of direction. Because right now it's like we have a lot of people infiltrating the game. They don't even love hip hop. They just want the money or whatever it is. People have different agendas. So
mm.
my thing is to do what I feel like is right in my own way. And yeah, that's what I really want to do. And I've always known this. since I was young that the money comes with a game, the fame comes with a game. I don't really want the fame, but it comes with a game. You know what I mean? When you play your part, all these things are added onto you, just like the Bible says. I would just put it in there and just say it says first seek the kingdom of God, and then all these things shall be added onto you. And I feel like that's what it really means. Gotta be real first.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you spoke about in like you say, in your humble opinion, the condition of what they call a game, but you don't call it a game. So let's just call it
Yeah,
entertainment, right? Let's call it
yeah.
entertainment. What are you bringing, bro, different to the entertainment world? You know what I'm saying? Than we already previously viewing in the entertainment world.
Um, I don't really think in terms of entertainment because I feel like my music is not really for entertainment purposes, even though obviously it has I mean, I don't know how to put this, but my my goal is not to entertain, but to more like to inspire.
I like that. Why was that funny? That's not funny. That's real. That's real. That was some
Thank you,
gangster
bro.
shit. That was gangster shit. You know what I'm saying? But let me ask you this,
Yeah,
right? Let me ask you this, right? You spoke on humble beginnings, right? You
yeah,
spoke on troubles. You spoke on the times. You spoke on this and that, right? Talk to the youngest right quick,
yeah,
right? For over there and especially here, because they done lost their mind, right? How did you cope with
yeah.
it? How did you keep going? How did you stay positive? I mean, everybody can't stay positive all the time, but how did
Sure,
you
for sure.
mold yourself into the intelligent thinking, smart, you know, short, humble person that you are? How did you cope and stay above all of those hard times that you went through without crashing out?
Okay,
You know what I mean?
I think I'm
Uh oh.
not anymore, but I feel like when you know who God is, you know what I mean? It kind of helps you stay out of a lot of things that do not align with God's ways. Because that's what I think has helped me the most, knowing who God is. Because when you cannot know who God is without knowing yourself first. So I would say seek to know who God is. It's not even hard. You don't have to do what the Christian community is telling you. It's something that's within you. You know what I mean? It's you have to know yourself and you have to do what's right with your heart, with your own heart. What aligns with your heart. That is the truth. Because there's the voice inside of each of us. And that voice, if you listen to it, you will be guided towards the right way. And that's the first thing. And also I'll just say, you just gotta educate yourself. You just gotta think of what you really want to do out of life. What do you want to leave behind when you're gone? Because a lot of people don't even think like that, especially young people. They don't think about that. They're just living in a moment, fast life, and all that, which is cool, man. But everybody has a purpose. You're not just here just to be here. You're here for a purpose. Find out what your purpose is, and everything else will start to align as you go. It's not gonna be easy, but you will feel like, man, if I don't do this, I'm lost. I'm as good as dead. So you don't want to be dead.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So you talked about uh, kind of trying to keep it fresh and keep it new with the different type of genres of music, right? With the R&B,
Yeah,
with the Afro beats, with the hip hop, right? What about
yeah.
entertainment? Period, right? Is there something else or other things, other genres of entertainment that you would want to get involved in, such as movies, commercials, I guess fashion, modeling, whatever else, or are you just straight and Gucci with the hip hop and the music side of entertainment?
I don't want to limit myself. I feel like this thing of putting yourself in a certain box is not really conducive to growth. I want
Mhm.
to express myself in whatever way that I feel comfortable. If I feel comfortable doing something, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean?
That's it. So the artists that inspired you, the artists that you spoke of, Biggie, T.I., God bless the dead. Biggie been dead over 2 decades, still inspiring people, still reaching people all across the world. T.I. been doing this 20 years, and some of the other ones, right? How do you
Yeah.
plan to stay in tune with your audience, your listeners, and your fan base to ensure longevity, such as the artists that inspired you to start what you did? You heard me?
All right. I feel like when I listen to, I'll call the guys that I look up to, the thing that made their music live up to now, it still sound good up to now. I feel like is the fact that they really put their everything in their music. Like I watched this big interview this one time. He was saying his plan was to make millions off his music and make sure he takes care of his family. You know what I mean? So that I'm convinced that he was really putting everything into his music, and that's what I intend to do. I intend to put my everything into this music and also learn as much as I can when it comes to the business side of music, because it's like nowadays so much is being exposed about these record labels, how they've been like stealing from artists and stuff. And so I'm just trying to learn as much as I can so that I don't get ripped off, and that I stay afloat for as long as possible.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you spoke on learning, you spoke on, getting previous to the things that are happening to artists, right? So being that, right, what's the most important lesson from the entertainment that you've learned so far as of now?
um Most important lesson I've learned so far, I think you mean like when it comes to like succeeding in the in an entertainment business, or what I've just learned, period.
Period.
Well, I've learned
The
that
most
as a
important,
man,
the most important lesson,
the
whether
most
it be
important
trust, whether it be doing your best, whether it be the lack of trust, whether it be anything, the most important lesson that you've learned musically, what would that be?
all right, what I've learned is, first of all, you gotta have principles as a man, because uh as things start to like make sense. I've seen this with many artists. When they start like getting a little bit of bag, they lose their self. They lose who they really are. They lose track of their purpose or their vision, the vision that they once had, due to money, fame, or girls or whatever. So the most important lesson I've learned is have principles, stay true to yourself, and just stay true to your original plan, bro. You know what I mean? Go for what you say you was gonna go for, and when you have won, bro, just celebrate. Don't keep going where you're not supposed to go.
Uh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, uh, I pulled up your YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna
Yes, sir.
check out some music. You heard me? So you wanna? Is it a certain one? You understand that you want start on? You heard me? Or I could just pick whatever, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Just go for whatever you vibing with, bro.
All right, let's go. What's the one where you was saying I had to raise my vibration? Had the what's that one called?
That one's called Interior Team.
Okay, right
Interior
here.
Team. Yes, sir.
There we go. what are you saying on the hook?
I'm saying they cannot stop it. Those are ziti, and those are ziti means, well, it roughly translates to it is what it is. So they cannot stop it. It is what it is.
Okay. All right. That's
Yeah.
what's up. That's a hot one. That's a hot one. You know what I'm saying? Do
Thank
the
you, bro.
most. Okay, no, that's the same thing. Okay, let's go to Feel Okay featuring King Lump.
Yeah, yeah, that's fire as well. That's one of my favorite songs.
All right, what was y'all in the last one? What did y'all shoot the video at?
Okay, we shot it in my hometown. It was, just a low budget thing, but yeah, it's the best we could do.
Shit, that was fire. Shit.
Thank you, bro.
I love to
Thank
see
you,
what
man.
y'all can do when y'all get a bag. You heard me? 'Cause that was fire. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Thank you,
So
bro. Appreciate it.
for real, you heard me? On the real. So what was the motivation behind Feel Okay? And who is King Lung? You heard me?
All right, the motivation, bro. I just, well, it's like you asked me before, like, have you ever thought of quitting or, giving up? And it's like sometimes you find yourself considering quitting or giving up or things like that, but then you ask yourself, would I feel okay? You know what I mean? If I gave up, would I feel okay if
Uh,
I did this? You know what I mean? It's just something in your mind. It's not really something that you doing per se, but it's just thoughts going on in your mind. So that's like the theme behind that song. It's like we go through all these things, but ultimately everybody wants to feel okay. Everybody wants to feel okay no matter who they are. So that's the theme behind the song. And King Long is an artist from Santa Rosa. I think that's in California. We hooked up on Instagram and we did our thing.
that's what's up. Let's get into it. Who did that track?
Sorry, say that again.
Who did the track?
All right, his name is the Maker. He's from here, from Zimbabwe.
Man, y'all ready, though. Y'all got some fire ass music, though.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
So I got an artist from Sierra Leone. His name is Ice Eagle. We do a international music review and podcast every Wednesday. We did one last night. I want you to come back and be on that. Would you be willing to?
Sure, bro. I'll make a plan, bro. I really appreciate the opportunity.
It's all good. It's every Wednesday, so I think we booked for the next. So it would be in July sometime. Would that be good?
For sure, for sure.
That's for sure. So I don't really want to play all your music because I won't save it. I won't save it you for that. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
But we can still get into let me see. Yeah, you got a lot of songs, you know what I'm saying? So we could get it. Let's get into two more songs and then save the rest for the next. You understand? That's cool.
All right, bet. Let's do it.
All right, so boom, you heard me. Let's do Land of the Free. You with that?
Yeah, yeah. Let's do it.
All right, let's go. Oh, wait, hold up. Motivation behind the song, you know what I'm saying? What was your, you know what I'm saying, the mood? How you did that? All that.
Honestly, I when I listened to the beat, the words just came to me. It was crazy. It was just like the words were just flowing to me. But I would say obviously I went more into detail, just to structure the song. I would say the song really speaks about just being free as a person, as a human being, just being free. I feel like we're not really free. You know what I mean? So this land of the free is not a physical place, but it's a state of mind where you can think for yourself and fight for what you believe in.
Man, that's fine. That's gang. That's so true. It is freedom is a state of mind, and I believe
For sure.
I 100% believe that. You hear me? And that's for all my niggas locked up. You hear me? Freedom is a state
Yes,
of
sir.
mind. You know what I'm saying? On the real. Free all my niggas. You hear me? Come with me to the land of the free. Forget your misery. Come with me to the land of the free. Proclaim your liberty. You wanna money, right? You wanna party, right? Right. Right. Come with me to the land of the free. Proclaim your liberty. Learn from our mistakes. Mark your pain. Be breaking the way. Party for the worst. No regrets. Each breath, every breath. Diamonds in the vision. No suspicion. If it's mine, I get. Red love, that's my mission. No relief. Peace of mind is priceless. Look, I've been consistent in my thoughts. Keep it. Hold on, I gotta run that back, dog. My bad. My bad. I gotta run that back. That motherfucking fire, Drew. Yeah, I gotta
Thank you,
run that
bro.
back. My bad.
All right, let's go.
Come with me to the land of the free. me to the land of the free. Forget your misery. Come with me to the land of the free. Proclaim your liberty. You want the money, right? Right. You want to party, right? Right. You want to chosen, right? Different feeling every night. Come with me to the land of the free. Proclaim your liberty. You young and yeah, they call me Star Wars. Do the most. Can I be happy and go past the margins? They tell me no, they say your feelings do not come for nothing. They kill a hope, just wanna keep me in the dungeon with no feelings like a zombie. I say no, how I'm living, it matters just how I'm feeling. My feet don't make for discussion. Addressing the repercussions. How I'm like I wasn't starving. They gon' take advantage. Bring a sandwich, that's food for the belly. Purpose is just something you can buy. Come with me to the land of the free. Forget your misery. Come with me to the land of the free. Proclaim your liberty. You want the money, right? Right. You want the party, right? Right. You want the clothing, right? Different feeling every night. Come with me to the land of the free. Proclaim your liberty. That one the one right there, dog. That's going on the playlist, dog.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate it.
That's going on the playlist, dog. All right, one more. You hear me? You got some fire music, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, bro.
Let's get into that. To Talib El Haq. What's his name?
Yeah, it's Talib Al Haq.
Talib El Haq.
Yeah.
All right, and you sleeping on myself. You know what I'm saying? Get into the motivation behind this one, and you know what made y'all do this song, or what made you hook up with him and shout him out. You hear me?
All right, yeah. I gotta say, shout out to Talib, bro. He's locked up right now. He's also from Santa Rosa, California. I hooked up with King Long through Talib, so yeah, man, he's my dog. But yeah, I'm not happy because he's locked up right now. But yeah, I'm just sending him prayers and blessings. So what happened is he sent me the beat. It was like let's do something. So I came up with a hook. It was just like it was the motivation came from real life situations because I really was sleeping on myself based on my upbringing and also the environment that I was in. People weren't really being supportive of what I was doing, so I was sleeping on myself. But eventually I got to realize that you got to be your own fan, your own best fan. You know what I mean? You got to believe in yourself. So that's the motivation behind the song.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get it. Free that dude too. Free that man. You hear me?
Yeah, free my nigga
Free that
Talib.
man. Real music. Real music. Real music. What, nigga? Man, say that's the one right there, dog. That's the
Thank you,
one.
bro. Thank you,
No
bro.
doubt, dog. Like, free your home, free that dude, bro. Like
Yeah,
I
man. Free my nigga Talib, man.
You already know, man. You already know. So I don't want. We gonna save all that others for the next episode. You know what I'm saying? Because I really
I
want
feel you, bro.
because like I said, that show right there is in Sierra Leone, is in Ghana, everywhere. So it just fits you better, and I want to really get into your catalog on there. You know what I'm saying? But this has been
I feel you.
great interview. You know what I'm saying? Great music. I can't wait to the next one. You know what I'm saying? Leave them with all your social medias. You know what I'm saying? Where they can contact you. They want to contact you for a feature. And you know what I'm saying? If they just gonna get in touch with you because you're a cool dude, you know what I'm saying? Leave them with it all, you heard me?
Appreciate that, bro. All right, so I'm available for like collaborations. I'm available for everything, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm down to work because I feel like music is more important than egos and stuff. So if you want to get in touch with me, it's at Drocole99.
I'm still here. I'm still here. I was just giving you the flow. You can hear? You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh yeah. I'm still here. I was just giving you the flow to you know what I'm saying? Tell them what all your social medias and where they can find your music at. Leave them your YouTube and all that. You heard me?
All right, thank you, bro. All right, so if you wanna get in touch with me, look me up on Instagram, on X at Drocole99. I'm also on TikTok at Drocole99. Just adding 99 at the end of my name there, and I'm on Spotify as well, Apple Music, everywhere. Alternatively, you can just go Google Drocole, man, and everything will just pop up. Down to work if you want to work, if you want to collaborate, if you want to, I don't know, whatever you want to do, whatever interviews, whatever, we're down to work. Let's make it happen. All right, thank you.
Y'all already know what it is, man. I enjoyed Bro. You heard me. He will be back on Chilling with Ice Nino International Podcast and Music Review. You know what I'm saying? But until then, y'all already know what it is. You heard me? It's P.NUT the General to know of the podcast. You keep your body clean, huh? Yeah. I just won't say this, right? Africa got better music than America. I said it. Africa got better music than America. I said it. And what?
From us damn street niggas, we ain't really comfortable with all of that attention. That's what you trying to say.
Do what you do, baby.
Yeah, I want congrats. I seen to come up through the mud. You feel me?
Real.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I used to be top. I'm one of the ones. When that nigga said he had a phone, his whole juice, man, I'm looking at the screen like preach. Cause I was on the phone with him, you feel me? So you know what I'm saying?